So in this video, I'm gonna explain how I got 2670 nanograms per deciliter test naturally, and it's without any supplements or BS that some other influencers are promoting. Most of the things that I will mention are never talked about or are severely underrated. So I was bullied in the first year of high school. I had nothing going on for me. I was broke. I couldn't talk to girls. I had no friends. So maybe some of you can relate to this, but I just wasn't really happy and seeing why I even wanted to live further. And then I realized I had to level up. I found Hamza in December 2021, and that's when I started listening to some of his advice. I started doing NoFap, I started meditating, I started doing cold showers, and some of these things that he recommended. At the time, watching Hamza, I thought that the main things for increasing testosterone were just doing the workouts, doing these cold showers, doing NoFap, making your diet a little bit better, and I thought these were the main things. Some of it is true, but in this video I'm gonna reveal the things that made the biggest difference that are not really talked about. Over the time I realized that all of us have a natty potential for testosterone, the same way that we have a potential for the height we can reach or for the muscle we can build naturally. So I believe that most of you watching haven't reached your natty testosterone potential because you're not doing everything that you can to max it out. So obviously when we look at my testosterone number, you realize that I was gifted. But I didn't realize this until I actually started putting in the work. So in puberty, instead of just trying to increase my testosterone and reach my potential, I was playing video games, I was eating junk food, I got gyno from the junk food and just not leveraging my potential, because when you have the potential for higher testosterone and you just don't leverage it, you start eating junk food in your puberty, you will get gyno because that testosterone is being converted to estrogen. So that's how I got gyno basically. I was starting puberty and I was eating junk food and playing video games. Just later when I actually locked in, I realized the huge potential that I had and now got to an insane number and actually living my dream life. So the first thing that I noticed made a massive difference was NoFap, but not the way that YouTubers told you. So it's not 2 weeks or 30 days challenge or some shit like that. It actually took between 6 to 8 months, so what's the streak, like 150 days or more, like 200 days, before I started seeing some noticeable benefits in my life regarding the motivation that I had to grind and I was just infinitely motivated to grind and to improve my life. And that's a really big sign of testosterone, because if you have high testosterone, you will be full of energy and motivation to grind instead of just sitting around and being lazy. So that's the main benefit that I noticed after like 6 to 8 months of NoFap. The second thing you would think is diet or sleep, and these things are important, but the second thing was meditation. Because meditation helped me reduce my stress by at least 90%, so 10 times, and this increases testosterone by a lot, because stress is like the main killer of testosterone. So if you are just focusing on working out and improving your diet, but you are really like anxious, stressed out, and have bullshit in your life day to day that produces stress, you are not leveraging the potential that you have. And by the way, I wasn't meditating like half a day. I was just meditating 10 minutes a day, doing Wim Hof 10 minutes and doing like a cold shower. And these things helped my stress and anxiety fully. Now, obviously, don't ignore sleep and diet. Like, obviously, these things are important, but you need to keep in mind that reducing stress is more important than sleep and diet. So sleep and diet, just don't do bullshit. Don't sleep 5 hours a night, sleep 8, and just don't eat bullshit, eat normal food. So that's pretty simple, but the stress part is sometimes more complicated to fix, because you will need to cut out BS from your life, like maybe social media, stop hanging around some people and just try to meditate and improve your mental health. But what you probably didn't think of is actually having a high T lifestyle. So all of these things are bringing you into a state of living the life of a guy who has high testosterone. So instead of trying to focus on specific things, just look at it from a different perspective and see that all of these habits like training and NoFap, better sleep, reducing stress, you are just getting into the lifestyle of a guy who has higher testosterone. So then you can try to look what kind of other things does that guy do? He probably trains martial arts, so that's another thing. He probably gets sunlight daily. He probably hangs around people that respect him. He probably hangs around girls. He's probably winning every single day in business or anything else. So generally you need to imagine this kind of person who has the perfect testosterone and what his day looks like, and you just copy that. It's pretty simple. Like, you can copy me. Like, you can see, okay, so Marco was training MMA. Marco is training daily. Marco is on 1,000 something days of NoFap. Marco is socializing. Marco is eating healthy. Like, you can look all of these things. Marco is winning in business. He is making progress. He's trying to become a better version of himself every single day. You can look at these things and you can realize, oh, okay, so if I do these things, it's gonna help, obviously. Also, what you need to keep in mind, which is really important, is your mindset and placebo. So if you believe that your testosterone is gonna increase and you just improve your mindset regarding all of these things, it's obviously gonna help. But now, if we ignore all of these habits that other YouTubers are talking about, the main thing that probably doubled my testosterone is just starting to live by my terms. I started doing whatever I want and I just started leaving my comfort zone. So if I said, fuck high school, I wanna leave it, I wasn't like all other people who maybe hate school and they are just there and they say, never mind, I need to go here. I was different. I said, fuck high school, I will fix this and I will leave. So what I started is just grinding. I started earning money online and I actually dropped out. Hundreds of people were telling me not to do it, and they were against me and they were fighting for me to stay in school and shit like that. Like, everyone, not just friends, family and stuff like that, but generally, because I was a really good student in my high school, in the first year especially. I was going to a math competition. I was third in the regional competition. So I was also a good student from the beginning, and all of teachers and everyone was like, don't do that and stuff like that. So just fighting against so many people puts you out of your comfort zone, and this can really double your testosterone. Like, obviously don't drop out of school to double your testosterone, but you need to look for things that not many people have balls to do, but it's your dream to do it, or you just want to do something. You need to live by your own terms and to decide your own fate. You need to make decisions for yourself. You don't need to listen to anyone else. So this is one of the most important things here. Just imagine a guy like James Bond or someone else. Is he listening to some BS people who are telling him, you need to go to this school or something? Like, no. So just push further outside of your comfort zone. For example, now I'm going to Thailand in a few weeks, because I see that it will put me outside of my comfort zone. It's not easy to go 10,000 kilometers to a whole nother continent to live alone. So I see that will push me and make me grow. But in 2024, everything compounded. So all of these things that I was telling you, like the habits that I started doing, how I started living on my own terms, and all of these things, everything compounded till this year. So I started in like January 2022 or December 2021, somewhere in between. And everything compounded. So I dropped out of high school in January this year. I started earning a lot of money. I went to Germany. I started grinding more and more. So everything started compounding. I started getting more girls than ever. I started socializing more than ever. So all of these things will compound over time, and you can't expect results like tomorrow. So you need to focus on it and realize it might take years to get insane results. By the way, if you want help on any of this or want to ask me any specific question, I will leave a link down below for my free community that I made for testosterone and other things that are related to it. Now, if you wonder if my result is even accurate, if maybe like it's photoshopped, or maybe it's just the lab is really bad, they gave me a bad result or something, you need to just compare me to other people who claim high testosterone online. For example, Hamza. Look at him at 18 and look at Tate at 18. Also look at CEO of Testosterone and all of these guys. Like, CEO of Testosterone still can't grow a beard. Tate has 900, but at 18 he looked much younger and smaller than me right now at 18. Hamza as well, look at him at 18. He looked like a kid compared to me at 18. Like, people think that I'm much older than I actually am. So you need to see that and realize, oh, like, if I grew a beard at 16 and the CEO of Testosterone can't do it at 20 something, I obviously have more testosterone than him. You can say that it's BS, it's not proof or anything, but just look at how I easily put on muscle, I'm motivated as fuck, I have a great beard, all of these things. Like, I train 15 minutes a day and I look pretty good. But yeah, some dudes in Adonis gang started saying that I'm on steroids or something, but these dudes in Adonis school and Adonis gang that are like 15, 16, and they just watch Hamza on YouTube, obviously they can't really think by themselves that well. I'm gonna also link my new channel in the description, where I will be posting full guides, especially the full guide for this. This was just a small video. So yeah guys, see you in the next video.